alone in the wild once upon a time, deep within a forest so thick it seemed like the sun was afraid to shine through. There lived a girl named Maya. She was a girl who loved nothing more than an exciting adventure. One summer day, she went camping with her mom, dad, and little brother near their home. They pitched their tent and set up camp, but as night fell, the sky turned dark and a fierce storm struck. The wind began to howl like wolves and the thunder roared, shaking the very foundations of the trees. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the tree right next to them, causing it to fall on their tent. Maya and her family screamed in fear as the tent collapsed. When she turned around, she saw her parents and little brother were nowhere to be found. In the blink of an eye, Maya realized she was completely alone. Taking a deep breath, she knew she had to stay calm. Looking around, she noticed tall, dark trees everywhere. Their branches reached out like scary fingers against the dark sky. The wind was so loud that it sounded like hundreds of wolves were howling, and the thunder boomed like giants fighting far away. Fear started to creep up on her, but Maya pushed it down. She remembered her dad's words: "When you're lost, stay calm. Make yourself look big, and the scary things won't bother you." So Maya made herself look as big as she could. She tried to remember everything her dad had taught her about the forest. She found some dry leaves and branches and built a small shelter against a big tree. She used her shirt and some sticks to make a makeshift bed. Then she gathered more leaves and branches to make a roof. As the night wore on, the wind and the rain slowly stopped, but the forest was still dark and scary. Maya couldn't see anything, but she could hear all kinds of strange noises. Sometimes she heard twigs snap and leaves rustle, and once she even heard a wolf howling in the distance. She also heard something else, a small, gentle sound, like the trickle of water. So Maya crawled out of her shelter to find some water to drink. She walked carefully, trying not to step on any sharp rocks or broken branches. The sound of the stream grew louder, and soon she saw a small, clear pool of water in front of her. She drank some water and filled up her canteen. While she was there, she also gathered some rainwater in a leaf to water the small plants growing near the stream. As she continued to walk, she saw a patch of wild berries. Maya recognized them from a book about plants that she had read. They were safe to eat, so she picked some to snack on. She also picked some other plants that looked similar to the ones in the book. As the morning light began to appear, Maya used a long stick to catch a fish. Her hands were shaky, but she managed to flip and turn it until it was cooked. Her hunger was so intense that it felt like a wild animal was growling in her tummy. But her will to survive was even stronger. She ate the fish and felt its taste of salt and smoke fill her mouth. It was the most delicious food she had ever eaten. After eating, Maya felt much better. She was tired, but she knew she had to keep going. She had to find her way out of the forest. All day she walked, looking for a way out. She climbed over logs and walked over soft, spongy ground. Sometimes she felt like she was being watched by all kinds of creepy... Once she thought she saw a pair of glowing eyes in the bushes, but when she walked closer, she saw that it was just a trick of the light. At night, the forest came alive with hoots, growls, and the rustling of leaves. Sometimes she felt like there were eyes watching her from the dark. Fear wanted to make her run and scream, but she didn't. She kept telling herself, I will survive. On the third day, after what felt like forever, she heard a voice calling her name. Her family had been searching for her tirelessly. She cried out and stumbled out of the forest. Her mom and dad ran towards her, their faces full of worry and relief at the same time. She was weak and hungry, but she was also proud. She had survived the wild, not because she was the strongest or the fastest, but because she was brave, smart, and never gave up hope.